Good evening and welcome to Swearline and to my co-host Dick.
Hello, Missy. How are you this week?
I'm fabulous.
Lovely. Have you had any cock in the last week?
Oh, I've had a few cock-ups.
A few cock-ups? Anything you want to share with today's listeners?
No, not today.
Okay, maybe leave that for after the show.
Yes, I'll explain more later.
So what's happening today?
Well, first of all, I'd like to introduce our guests this week. Our guests are Stephanie.
Hey, hi, Dick. Hi, Missy.
And Peter.
Hey, hi, Dick. Hi, Missy.
And welcome to the show. So the theme of today is about how to insult someone, particularly your boss.
Why would you want to insult my boss?
And particularly in a British way.
Well, that's no fucking use. He's American. He won't understand the bloody word you're saying.
So you must be able to swear at him all the time.
I do.
And he doesn't understand a word you're saying.
He does. That's why I'm doing this show now.
So I detect a Scottish accent, Dick.
Is that so?
We got some great new words of the day and some fun games for the whole family.
I can hardly wait. Listeners, have you been using last week's words? I hope so. Can you remember them?
I remember the words from last week. We had cock.
Did we? I don't remember having cock, but I do remember the word cock.
To shag.
To shag, an excellent, well-used British expression.
Shirt lifter.
Yes, let's skip over that one. Not one that we like to use on a regular basis. Muff.
And muff.
It was on the tip of your tongue there, wasn't it?
No, it was not.
And what about this week? What have we got for this week?
We have some great words this week. I'm going to introduce you to all four at one go, and then we'll go through them individually. The first word is slag. S-L-A-G. Slag. The second word is wanker. To wank. The third word is bollocks or balls. And the fourth word is twat or vagina.
Fine collection of words you got there, Missy. And what? So these are all words you'd use to insult your boss or maybe my boss?
Quite possibly. I wouldn't call your boss a slag. That's probably not the most appropriate term to use.
Why's that? Tell us a little bit about slag.
Well, there is different actual connotations to the word slag. Slag is typically an individual who cares not for relationships beyond the realms of sex.
Sounds like the kind of girl I like.
These people can sleep around with many partners, not caring about anything except for the climax. Quite often in the gay community, males are referred to as slags too.
Not interested in those, thanks.
Slag is also a term for rubbish. So you can throw things on a slag heap. This is not a hill full of women with their legs spread open. This is actually full of rubbish.
What would you call a hill with women with their legs open? And can you tell me where? So if I was going to use the word slag in a sentence, how would you say? I'm thinking, sharp, you slag.
Okay, so we can say, so your wife's been a nasty slag all along. I knew she was trouble from the first moment I laid eyes on her.
Sharp, you slag.
She slept with John, Dick, Tom and Peter, and that was before lunch. She's such a slag. A woman who has her legs so wide apart, she makes the Channel Tunnel look insignificant. Slag is a noun in British and Aussie terms, a promiscuous woman. As a verb, it can be put down to mainly use the phrasal verb to slag off something. So when was the last time, Dick, you slagged off something?
I think it was probably just a couple of minutes ago when I slagged off my wife for being such a filthy woman.
So slag off someone means that you will say something nasty about them behind their back. So you can slag off Dick when he's left the room.
What about the other term? Stephanie, are you a slag?
No, but I think my friend's girlfriend is a slag.
Why is she a slag, Stephanie?
Because she's such a bitch.
Because she's such a... Does she sleep around with a lot of
Yes.
people?
Sleep around with lots of people, and including my friend, of course.
Oh. So your friend has a girlfriend who is a slag.
Yes.
All right. So, Peter, have you ever dated a slag?
I'm looking for.
Okay.
I think if you have a little chat with Stephanie, she'll put you in touch.
So,
Then you should meet my friend's girlfriend.
Okay, let you introduce to me tonight.
Me first.
Okay.
What about our second word? Missy, do you think we're ready for our second word?
Dick, what is our next word?
Our next word is wanker, or the verb to wank. One of my favourite words. To wank means to masturbate.
Can a woman wank?
She can. She's entirely welcome to wank, both herself or possibly someone else.
So it's usually referred to as a male hobby.
Absolutely. I had a bloody good wank last night, as it happens.
I believe it originates from repressed Victorian sexualities, from back when everybody thought they were the only ones to suffer the secret shame of actually being a wanker. Is it true that children will quite often learn the word wanker before actually knowing what its meaning is?
I have absolutely no idea about that one. Although recently I was in a supermarket with a sort of young teenage boy.
Mother, oh my God!
Yeah.
Were the police catch you?
I was with his mother, and she was investing in a bumper pack of family-sized tissues. What more could a mother do for a young teenage boy?
Buy him porn? I don't know. I also believe that a definition of wanker is George W. Bush.
Obviously, that would involve some political comment. I have no idea about his private life, but he's definitely a wanker in one sense. But what do you mean by wanker in that context?
Wankers can't be trusted with their own dicks, let alone anyone else's.
Interesting definition. I'd say a wanker is someone who is a bit of a cock, bit of an idiot, sort of general derogatory term for usually for a man, often a man who's got excessive confidence. You see a guy driving around in an open top BMW with his music turned up, with his hair slicked back, not unlike myself, and you'd shout at him, showing off, "What a wanker!" That's my interpretation of what a wanker is. So it's not only somebody who wanks, but it's a more generic insult term.
Wanker is not a term of endearment. It's an insult. You will use it when somebody is in the wrong and that you do not like them. They can be a complete wanker. Not to be mistaken with the shop, the clothing line in Hong Kong called Wanker. I passed it yesterday, and I always remember one of my male friends saying he will never buy anything from that store because he doesn't want to carry the bag that says Wanker.
Hey, Missy, can I know whether we can say a girl help a guy to wank?
Yes, it's typically a girl will help a guy to wank off.
Wank off.
Mm.
I think the American term for wank is probably jerk. It's almost direct translation. You could say he jerked himself off. He wanked himself off. You could say, what a jerk, what a wanker. It's pretty much the same thing.
Now I understand. That makes it a lot clearer. I believe in Australia that is used more like a slightly vulgar synonym for words like fool or idiot.
I think that's probably fair. I think the word wanker has a slight hint of nerdiness about it. He's got a slight nerd nature. He's a bit of a cock. He's a bit of a wanker.
So when you say wank, we have to make sure that you realize that a wank normally just refers to masturbation, which is also known as buffing the banana, holding your sausage hostage, jacking the beanstalk, rounding up the tadpoles, spank the frank,
Playing with one's own pork sword.
beef stroke it off, charming the snake, squeezing the cream from the flesh Twinkie, take matters into your own hands.
I think we've got the idea. Thanks, Missy. Don't
Tickling
get
the
carried-
pickle.
That's fine. Thanks.
thumping the pump, testing the weasel. Let's get on to our next word, which is bollocks.
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 Fantastic word. I've used this many a time. It is one of my favourite words.
Absolutely. It's one of my favourites as well. And again, as interestingly English overtones, most famously used in an album by the Sex Pistols.
Ah, yes.
Do you remember?
No, I'm too young for that.
That sounds like bollocks to me.
Oh,
The name of the album, never mind the bollocks. Get the Sex Pistols. A classic album, an all-time classic album from 1977, if I'm not mistaken.
very good. Well, when we use the word bollocks, we are thinking of two different things. One thing is
Two things exactly right.
depends on the bloke. Sometimes we are referring to balls, which appear on the male genitalia, which is either an animal or a human. So you can say the dog's balls or the dog's bollocks. You can also mean, the other second meaning is that it is rubbish or stupid.
So an example of that second thing is saying, what a load of old bollocks.
That Mel Gibson movie was a load of bollocks. That curry was the bollocks. Now, this way, it is actually a more positive overtone. You can use bollocks as either a negative or a positive tone. So, when you say that curry was the bollocks, it means it was very good.
I went for Korean meatballs at lunch today. It really was the dog's bollocks.
That must have been an excellent curry. But you can also say that your wife is the dog's bollocks when it comes to cooking.
I could say that, but it wouldn't be true. It wouldn't be true.
Then she kicked him in the bollocks.
For saying something rude like that,
Yes,
absolutely.
exactly.
And just straightforward, you say something to me, I don't believe it, bollocks.
So it's a plural noun. It's basically the bollocks are the male testicles.
And I must say, often shortened in polite circumstances to balls. So that's a load of old bollocks can be made slightly more polite by saying, what a load of old balls.
Oh, exactly.
I have heard, though, getting a total bollocking.
I have as well.
So if, for example, you've done something wrong at work and your boss is pissed off at you, he'll give you a total bollocking. He'll tell you off, he'll shout at you.
Don't listen to him. He's talking bollocks. Peter, you were trying to interject then.
It's confident.
Yes, you have content. Do you have the balls to do it?
Do you know what I've just found out?
It's a good English swear word?
No, none of these words we're covering in today's show are in the autocorrect of my mobile phone.
Okay. Americans talk bollocks? Is that a generalization? I believe it is. I think we should leave that one out.
I believe it's a generalization and absolutely true. Yeah. So, but interestingly, it's not a word that you'll find in use in the US of A. It's a term that tends to be used in the United Kingdom.
So you can say that it's in America, it's a word that you use to confuse them.
Many words, in my experience, will confuse Americans.
So balls, nuts, testicles, bollocks. Which one would you use in America?
I think probably testicles, because it's a difficult word and Americans not known for their intelligence. Or nuts.
What means she kicked him in the bollocks?
She lifted her foot up and kicked in the direction of his penis.
Maybe you could demonstrate on our guest, Peter.
Oh, okay, Peter, can you stand up?
Okay.
Good grief. You should see a doctor. Time for our fourth word of the day.
Okay, our fourth word of the day is twat.
Twat. Beautiful word.
A great word to shout out.
Not a word to be used in polite company.
Well, no, I don't quite agree. It is a word that means a woman's vagina.
A woman's vagina. Now, I've heard a rumour that it was used in a Shakespeare play. Is that right?
You're getting right on my tits, you twat. Tony Blair is a twat.
Well, that is absolutely true. Does that mean he's a vagina?
No, it's more that he is an inept person, that's why it's more of a derogatory term. That the two meanings of the word twat mean female genitalia and that you are an idiot. In an idiot sense, if someone is a twat or a wanker, a twat is normally that they're stupid, and a wanker is more that they are pathetically stupid.
Okay. Shall we say interchangeable?
It could be interchangeable. When I call somebody a wanker, I normally refer to it as a male rather than a female. A twat can be a male or a female, but I think a wanker is typically for male. And that I'm inferring that this person is a cretin, is stupid.
Okay. So we've got two definitions, have we? We've got twat meaning a vagina, a muff, a minge, a pussy. Twat meaning a stupid person, an idiot, maybe a wanker, possibly, but not quite a wanker.
Okay, so let's go to homework time. Guests have to make up 2 sentences, each of which use 2 of our words of the day. We'll give you a few minutes to do your homework. And listeners, why not play this at home? You can send in your own homework by emailing them to swear@swearline.com. The first 5 correct answers will win a 1-month free subscription to Swearline. Woo! So, Dick, what examples can you come up with?
My boss talks bollocks all day long and is a total twat. He's a wanker and she's a slag. They're ideally suited.
So, how are we doing with our questions? How are we, Stephanie?
I tried. I hate John's girlfriend. She is slag. John's is such a rancor to stay with her.
All right.
Very good.
I hate John's girlfriend. She's a slag. John's such a wanker.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wait, now.
Okay.
Peter, do you have a sentence for us?
May I try this? Her sister is a slag. She ran off my dick over the night.
Excellent. I think what was all over the night, all night long.
All night long.
Wow. Stephanie.
Dan is such a twat. Miss out the chance to taste that sausage. It's Door's wallet.
All right. So we have Dan is such a twat. He missed out the chance to taste that sausage. It's the dog's bollocks. Excellent. So Dan obviously missed out on that sausage.
Sounds like a euphemism.
Peter, do you have a second sentence?
I'm still thinking.
Oh, Peter. All right, we'll give you a minute or 2. Dick.
Missy.
Dick.
Are you just thinking of Dick?
Yeah, oh, sorry. I forgot you were in the room. Can you think of any more euphemisms for masturbation?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that. As though I'm some kind of expert, I suppose, is it?
Well,
yes. Well,
auditioning the finger puppets.
not heard that one. Straightforward to toss off, to jerk off, to whack off.
Choking Kojak.
Fingering the pink oboe.
Fingering the pink oboe. It's a bit like last week you were talking about the purple helmet. Share your euphemism. Oh, grappling the gorilla. Stroking the salami.
Stroking the pole.
Shaking hands with the milkman. Bashing the bishop.
Classic.
Cleaning the pipes. Flogging the dolphin. The 5-knuckle shuffle. I like that one. Beating off, whacking off, jerking off. How you doing, Peter? Have you got your sentence?
Yeah.
Back to, I
Just
guess,
as I was about
Peter.
to come up with Barclays.
Barclays?
Barclays Bank.
My boss is Bollock. He always proposed the chat idea.
My boss is a
Bollock.
bollock. He always proposed the twat idea. I get your meaning. I think your boss...
Let me just say, twat's more of a noun, so you're looking for an adjective in that particular
Twat works.
sentence.
It's bollock that doesn't.
A bollock.
My boss... Yes, you can... It's probably... It's that would be one ball.
Okay.
So that doesn't quite work. My boss is one ball. It doesn't really, tell somebody off. You are more likely to say my boss is a wanker.
He's a ranker.
Yes, he always proposes the twat idea, which is the stupid idea. So that makes sense.
Thank you, Missy.
That's quite all right, Peter. But I'm really happy and here just to help you. I think that you typically just don't refer to one bollock. That's the main criteria.
Unless you're Adolf Hitler.
Of course. And do you know the words, Dick? Hitler has only got one ball. The other is in the Albert Hall. His mother, the silly bugger, bit it off when he was small. Isn't that the words?
I heard Himmler has something similar, but poor old Goebbels has no balls. That's all. Anyway, from World War II humour, back to wanking. What about clearing the custard?
Oh, no.
Painting the ceiling?
All right, let me pass you over to Stephanie, who's going to introduce you to Steve the Builder.
You have all heard of the kids' hero Bob the Builder, but Swearline has its very own builder called Steve. Now Steve is from London and swears a lot. In fact, he swears so much and so badly that we have decided to bleep out all his profanities. When you listen, write down what word you think the bleep is covering up. Then email it to swear@swearline.com. The third correct answer will have a free 30-minute swear clinic consultation with Missy. So, here's Steve.
What? Steve the Builder here. How's it going? All tickety-boo, as they say. I'm feeling like today. I got well last night. I was in a boozer, and this bird with huge knock kept giving me the eye. So you know me, stallion I am. I had to have her. So off I go. Hello, darling, I said. You up for a sh**? She slapped me around the head. Women, eh? So I went up to this other bird. Also huge. I love 'em, I do. I grabbed hold of my crook so she could see what I had to offer. Pick off, she said. Charming, I thought. No education, some people. So I dropped the evilest smelling fart imaginable, just to spoil her evening. Women, eh? Right, back to me building. Ouch! Fuck! 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 What a twat! Should have hit the nail, not me thumb. Just as well it wasn't me knob, eh? Hey! See ya!
Thank you, Steve the Builder.
Okay, and now it's time to play Swear Bingo. We have with us our two delicious guests, Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi, Dick.
And Peter.
Hi, Dick.
Lovely to have you. And with us, scoring today's contest, we have the beautiful Missy. Hello.
Woohoo!
Beautiful. She's ready to go. Let remind me of the rules today. There's 16 words in the following story that mean balls or bollocks or twat. Your objective is when you think you recognize one of the words, you press your bell and shout bollocks or twat. The person with the highest score wins. Let's test to see you've got the rules. Stephanie, pussy.
Twat.
Correct answer. Peter, shit.
Bollocks.
That's perfectly acceptable. Well done. You got the idea. Today's story is called The Accountants. Roger and Mark were chatting by the coffee machine when they saw the boss walk in. Oh, God, said Roger. He's arrived. He's such an idiot. Stephanie?
Twat.
Correct. Good answer. Point to Stephanie. He knows nothing. He talks shit all day. Ooh, dead heat. I'll give it to Peter.
Bollocks.
Bollocks. Correct answer. 1 point each. And he thinks he's brilliant. Yeah, said Mark. He really thinks he's the dog's testicles. He's got no guts either. Every time the senior VP asks him to do something impossible, he just says, yes. He's got no courage, and he's a total cretin.
Bollocks.
Peter, you just in ahead of Stephanie there. Bollocks. Which word?
Courage.
Courage for bollocks, that's a good answer. Well done. I saw him playing with his nuts the other day. You didn't, said Roger. Yep, he was playing with his crotch under the desk. What an arse. I bet he's like Hitler. He's only got one ball. Stephanie?
Bollocks.
Bollocks, correct, for ball. I bet you his nuts haven't seen action for years. Oh, another buzz. Was that Stephanie?
Twat.
Nuts, no. Unfortunately, nuts is another term for bollocks. Never mind. Is that a point away? I bet you his nuts haven't seen any action for years, if ever. Said Roger. These little cojones probably get mistaken. That's a buzz from Stephanie.
Bollocks.
Bollocks is correct. Cojones, not cojones, as one of my predecessors might have said. There's a Spanish word meaning bollocks. His little cojones probably get mistaken for a snatch all the time. Hilarious, said Mark. Don't you feel like standing up sometimes and saying, oi, shit for brains? Oh. Stephanie.
Bollocks.
For which word?
Shit.
Given the word shit is in there, I understand your logic. We'll give you the point. Oi, shit for brains. Why are you such an arse? Suddenly, they realised their boss was standing right behind them. Haven't you two got any work to do? He asked. Oh, hello, sir, they cried. We were just talking about the Q2 budget. Okay, but don't hang around here all day. It doesn't look good, you know. And off the boss went. What a knob, they said in unison. And that's the end of today's story. One or two.
That was so exciting.
Well,
I was just titillating. I just couldn't stop listening. We did miss a few, I believe, though.
That's a pretty regular day in the life of two accountants.
Oh,
I can
really?
tell you from friends of mine who are accountants.
So you're not an accountant?
Counts as excitement. Am I not a fucking accountant? Right. Do we have any accountants in the room?
Yes.
Yay!
Peter, you're accountant?
Yeah.
So that was the end of an exciting round of Swear Bingo. And Missy, do you have the scores?
Yes, Dickie.
Do you want to tell me?
I sure do. Stephanie.
Yeah!
Lost.
I haven't given the scores yet, Stephanie.
I find she gets a little bit excited
she
too
does
soon.
get a little bit excited, doesn't it? It's talking about twats and bollocks is getting her all heated up next to me. All right, Peter.
Yes.
A little bit
Not
more
quite as
reactive.
excited.
No, not as excited. Peter with a total score of 2. Stephanie
5? 6?
with a total score of 4.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well done, contestants.
Well done, team. Another round of Swear Bingo coming next week.
Next up is the Oral Olympics. We're going to hear from Daniel and Fiona again. Dickie, you liked Fiona. We also spoke to a random person on the street for the Oral Olympics.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
I slit the sheet I slit, and shit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
Okay, Peter, would you like to have a go at the Oral Olympics?
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
Okay, once more and faster.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
And again.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
And again.
I slit a sheet Sorry.
Did you swear?
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
All right, fantastic. Stephanie.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
I'm sorry, way too slow.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
And again.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet
And
I
again.
sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
And again.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
Don't think we can actually get Stephanie out on that one. Well done, Dickie. Let's have a go.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
Oh, that was a complete and utter cheat. Last week you got me up for speaking too slowly.
Don't remember that.
I do recall.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
And again.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I
And again.
sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I
And
sit.
again.
The slitted sheet... I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
And again.
The sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
All right, guess. How do you think he did? Peter?
Marvelous.
Marvellous. All right.
Missy, your turn.
Oh, Stephanie. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I sit the sheet, the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet, and the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
How do you think Sean Connery would tackle that particular Oral Olympics?
I don't think I can do a Sean Connery accent. That may be one for you, Sharon.
Why don't you let me try? I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I shit. Well, I think both contestants played extremely well today. I think the winner has to be, for sheer perseverance, it goes to Stephanie.
Thank you.
And now, after all that excitement, some calming, soothing words from our resident agony aunt, Auntie Dorothy. She's got the answer.
Hello, lovies. Auntie Dorothy here. Sorting out all those difficult problems that my listeners write to me about every day. Now, I've had a letter from a woman called Blossom. Such a lovely name. She writes, Dear Dorothy, my best friend at school, Kelly, is such a lovely girl, but she's still single, and I don't know why. She's never had a boyfriend, but I'm not surprised. She wears these awful gardening clothes every day, and no man's ever going to be attracted by that. And she never stops talking about pussies. Now, I like cats, but there's a limit to everything, don't you think? What should I do, Dorothy? I fear she'll never feel the warmth of a man until it's too late. Please help. Oh, Blossom, you poor lovey. I'm afraid your friend Kelly is what's known as a lesbianator. In the olden days, we used to call them spinsters or librarians. But I think the correct scientific name is Lickalotopus. Now, when she talks about pussies, I'm afraid she means vaginas and not cats. I don't know what these girls get up to without a man around, do you? But I really don't want to know. And neither should you, lovey. Much better to put that beaver-eating diesel dyke out of your life forever and forget her. I'm sure you'll see the wisdom of my words. Good luck, lovey. Oh, and do let me know how you get on, lovey.
Thanks, Dorothy. Such wise advice. If you would like to speak to Dorothy, then she'll be appearing on the Swear Clinic every week. Have a look at swearline.com for the times and days.
It's Swear Clinic time.
It's me and you today, Missy.
Yes, Dick.
Who's on the line? Hello, caller.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, my. Reverb. I do like a bit of reverb.
Yeah, I forgot to turn off the radio. Yeah.
That is a typical mistake of our callers.
Yeah.
Callers, do remember to turn off your radios when you
Yeah, I
call
just
in.
forgot.
You sound very familiar.
Yeah. I'm smelly.
You're smelly.
Yeah, the smelly
I-
Julian.
Jurian.
Yeah.
Jillian, you are our gentleman caller from
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
You must be addicted or obsessed with our program.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
We do talk about addiction and obsession in one of our following programs. Meanwhile,
Hi.
So,
are you chewing?
Yeah.
have you still got
You
a cock in
can't.
your mouth?
No. Yeah. I'm not a shirtlifter.
You're not sure if you live there.
He's not, I think he's not a shirt lifter.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not a shirt lifter.
Yeah, I'm not.
Glad you were
Okay.
listening.
Yes,
Jurian.
I'm glad. What did you learn from being a shirt lifter?
What?
Okay, so you are not a shirt lifter.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so, Jurian,
Yeah.
what is your problem this week?
Yeah, actually, that's a quite interesting question. Yeah. My male colleague wants to ask a female colleague for fuck, but he read that is not very appropriate while he asking that in the office. Then what should he ask for the girl for shagging? Yeah.
So the question is, listeners, that Jurian's male colleague wants to fuck another female colleague in the office, but what is the more appropriate way to ask for a shag? Dickie.
You're looking at me like I know something. What I would do is I would get her drunk. That's what I've always done.
In the office?
In the office, absolutely. There's
Spike the coffee?
There's no other way to getting a woman into bed in my experience.
Yes, I'm sure in your experience, the only way to get a woman in bed is to apply alcohol.
Lubrication, I like to call
Lubrication. Okay. So that is one way to do it. There is multiple words, though, Dickie, that we want to be able to tell Jurian to tell his colleague. Are you sure it's your colleague and not you?
Yeah, somebody's friend.
Somebody's friend. So now it's no longer your friend. So we want to find more appropriate words than fucking and shagging to ask a colleague to be intimate.
Well, one of my favorite expressions is to make sweet, sweet love. How about that, Missy? Would that be more appropriate?
Yes, if a gentleman caller asked to make sweet, sweet love with me, I might comply.
Okay, it's entirely voluntary, by the way. One of my Scottish friends said to me, Oh, I'd fucking love to do you.
Do you? So do you is also an expression of wanting intimate sexual behavior.
Absolutely. To
Do you?
Often up against a wall.
Up against what? And this can be male or female.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, it's not just the shirt lifters that go up against a wall.
Oh, no. Absolutely. Anyone can be done up against a wall.
Okay. So other ways of expressing to a colleague that you would like to get them up against a wall.
Okay. How about, would you like to come up to my place for some coffee?
You're missing Dickie's sign language here.
Maybe.
I didn't realise I'd been asked up for coffee multiple times.
Absolutely. And if
coffee is a euphemism for sex?
It certainly is. And usually in this particular situation, the gentleman should ask before he pops in the milk.
Aha. I was once asked up to see my friend's sketches, and I went up after a night out with him to his room, and he showed me his sketches.
Is that a euphemism?
No. It was a very disappointing evening. I assumed we would be getting it on, and in fact he wanted to show me his art sketches. So I would suggest to your colleague, Jurian, that he takes Dickie's advice for sweet, sweet love.
Oh.
Or he applies alcohol to her morning break refreshment and persuades her to look into...
Go to Starbucks?
No. Well, Starbucks, of course. That's a bit open and public. I was actually thinking more of the stationery cupboard, which is not necessarily stationary if two people are in there playing with a stapler.
It hurts.
It hurts. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, it hurts is a completely different subject entirely, which we're not going into today. We haven't discussed how sexual encounters can hurt and some people like it. Well, that's enough from our Gentleman Corner this week.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Jurian, for your time today.
Do you think we should call the police?
Don't call again next week. No, we will. It was wonderful to speak to you again today, Jurian. I hope other listeners will get the chance to call in future weeks. And now to our next session of Rumpy Pumpy.
Our two lovers, Adrian and Daphne, were out shopping one Saturday.
What shall we have for dinner, darling?
Said Daphne.
Do you fancy pork?
You always fancy pork. You lative girl, fra.
Said Adrian.
Oh, Adrian.
Said Daphne.
Is that all you think about? Sex?
Me?
Exclaimed Adrian.
You're the one who started by thinking about pork.
You're terrible, you are. Look, let's get on with the shopping, shall we? The quicker we get home, the better.
Said Daphne.
Look, Daphne. There's a small room over there with no one inside it. Shall we have a peek?
Asked Adrian.
What for?
Said Daphne.
You know.
Said Adrian.
Nobody can see us. I'm gagging for it, and I can't wait till we get home.
Over there, you mean?
Asked Daphne.
Yes.
Said Adrian. And off they went to the room. Said Daphne. Said Adrian. Said Daphne. Said Adrian. Said Daphne. Said Adrian. Said Adrian. Said Daphne. Said Adrian. Said Daphne. Said Adrian. Said Daphne. Said That's the end of Swearline for this week. See you next time. Bye.